It is time for episode 74 of Find the Music. There's the music. Our never-ending quest to, what it says there. And YouTube sometimes does me a favor. So recommend something that is actually good. And there was this one band they recommended to me last week. I was astounded at their sound. It was utterly 80s. Who am I talking about? Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be sharing. I'm talking about the Cannons. We're just Cannons, I guess. Where have these people been? Oh my. Well, the oldest record I could find by them was from 2017, Night Drive, with that really classy looking car there. And they've kind of stuck to their sound. It's a good sound. It's a sound that is highly reminiscent, highly reminiscent of that 80s synth sound, synth pop. Only it's updated with some really great sonics, right? Because nowadays you can get that subwoofer really beaten against your chest. And that just makes it come alive even more. I'm using titles from their songs in case anybody hasn't figured that out already. And the one I saw was Hurricane, which is not only an extremely cool song, but the lead singer is Eye Candy Plus. And on her left and on her right are these two guys that kind of look like us playing guitar and I guess synthesizer. It's the guy that's playing synthesizer. He's got a drum machine so he can hit it, make a drum sound. And he's got those synths going, right, droning. Meanwhile, the guitarist playing tasteful, very tight licks, right? Really, you can see these songs are all like 3 minutes, they're very tight, very tight. And I think this group's going to break through. I think they're going to break through finally. They've been, I guess, toiling away for 5 years. You go on YouTube and most of their videos are recorded in their living room, somebody's living room, and they're actually quite good, surprisingly good for a living room recording, right? But lately, someone is putting the budget behind them, and they're doing actual videos, and they're fun, they're different, they're no two the same. I think they have a very few number of videos. I think there's one for Purple Sun, which is kind of a 80s reggae song. Reggae flavored. I already mentioned Hurricane. I think either Come Alive or Tunnel of You have a video. I don't remember offhand. But that first album in 2017, I don't think everything's living room. And they came out with a couple EPs in between, right? It must have been a budget thing. But the EP's got 7 tracks, so it's pretty good. I almost downloaded it, except these two fit so perfectly on one CD. They're both under 40 minutes. And so I was able to do a twofer and enjoying the sound immensely. So I highly recommend this group if you're a fan at all of early 80s music, that synth pop sound. It's not just synth pop. There's an example of that. Hurricane, is Hurricane the one? Well, one of these songs sounds like 10-Story Love Song. Do you know that one? I don't know if these older guys don't know. 10-Story Love Song. I hope I got that right. No, Space Age Love Song. That's the one. I'm thinking of the Stone Roses. Space Age, Stone Roses, that's 1990, but Space Age Love Song, that's by that band that had the freaky hair. Psychedelic Furs, I think it was. Was that them? The guy had space age hair.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so it must have been them. They had that song, Space Age Love Song. Really great synthesizer droning. And so there's a huge hint of that song in here, but it's definitely not the same. It's just got that hint in the synth. and everything else is different, right? It's a female singer, and the guitar is just so very wonderfully tight. And it's not hard rock at all, right? This is guitar you would find in a single. It's meant to complement the song, right? To give it some flavor. They're good. They're good. You heard it here last. They're going to be big. They're on the bubble. They're on the verge, right? If they can get into my recommended page, hey, somebody is looking out for them, right? So the Cannons are just Cannons. There's another band I could equate this to. Gotta do my memory files here. There's another band that had 3 members, just like this one. 2 guys and a female, but not a singer, really. Why am I spacing out and not getting their name? All right, I'm gonna take away the screen share so I can look at this privately while my comrades discuss the 80s. Go ahead, comrades. Anything to say about the 80s, early 80s?
They were right after the 70s and right before the 90s. I know that.
Yeah, that's the 80s. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm feeling a bit of a generation gap here. Never got into that stuff, huh?
No, I'm trying to think. The 70s kind of blend into the 80s for me. I don't know.
Oh, wow. I find that highly preposterous. 70s was Guitar City, man. Guitar City, unless you count disco, but this is neither of those things, right? The synth pop, new wave, we would call it.
Talking Heads was an 80s band, that pretty much for me. Talking Heads, David Bowie.
It's late 70s, Talking Heads.
Yeah.
And then they went commercial. And
that's what I mean. It blends right in.
Yeah, there was some bands that went from 70s to 80s, like the Cars, who quickly found that getting edgier did them no good financially, so they went back to their pop sound. Thinking of Panorama, my favorite Cars album is their edgiest album. Oh, well, we tried to make this episode longer, but it didn't happen. So check out Cannons, all right? If you love great sounding bass, you're gonna love the Cannons. If you like eye candy, hey, that lead singer is mega eye candy. And tasteful guitar. Yeah, I've said it all 3 times, so we better stop now. Thanks for watching episode 74, people.